Hello, everybody. Welcome to day 781. I'm going to tell you right now, we're going to be super fucking honest. I cannot wait for this day to be over. I can't wait for this week to be over because a lot of the things that suck about today are going to extend into the week. A lot of good things about today, but the fact that I can't appreciate those good things, it really speaks fucking volumes. So I got tendonitis, came back when I was supposed to do an orchestral performance. I did the orchestral performance against all fucking odds and it received a standing ovation. It was great, and it's really a testament to how bad this day was that I can't even mentally appreciate a standing ovation at an orchestral concert. But cat just scratched me on the finger, as you can see. It's gonna start bleeding heavily, so it's actually not that deep. Oh no, no, actually, okay, it is that deep. It's coming out, but yeah, it's just this is my dominant hand. Like, I need this hand. I can't find my brace anywhere, so I'm gonna have to go to urgent care tomorrow. There was a website they rejected. They automatically changed my password to some like 20 character collection of numbers. Am I injured? I mean, depends on your meaning of injured. Like, I'm not missing a limb, but it's that the tendonitis is from a particular incident. I think it's for one, it's because I swing fast with this hand, but also like it was from when I fucked up my knee and I was carrying about 50 pounds worth of shit every single morning to college on crutches. And when I'd swing my leg, I would do my form wasn't very good. So I'd be going up a hill and all the weight would be put on my hands, specifically this one, because I'd be stepping with my right foot. And as a result of that, it honestly, I'm going to just say this right now, irreparably damaged this joint and gave me tendonitis. I was given a brace. It healed. It appeared to be better. I was carrying a snare drum and I don't know, my wrist bent a really funny way. I literally felt a pop. The vibration went through my arm. And then the tendonitis was back in full swing. So James's place wrist issues. That's yeah, that sucks. Yeah. Could it be carpal tunnel? I'm not really that chronically online, believe it or not. Like, honestly, the most typing I do is typing the name of the stream where I just change one number. So, like, honestly, it's probably a combination. Like, people think it's because this is the main joint I use whenever I drum. Like, I'm a wrist drummer. That's how I'm able to play so fast, especially with single strokes. So, yeah, my drumming's kind of my like a thing that I rely on to get money. So if this is fucked up, then we're in trouble. I was able to play relatively fine. It's just like it doesn't affect my muscles' ability to work. It's not a muscle problem, it's a joint problem. It just really hurts when I do it. And I'm trying to find the brace, but it disappeared. It's just stuff is disappearing. It's fine. That's normal. My brain doesn't work, so it's fine for stuff to just disappear when I fucking need it. My whole hand was numb. Yeah, maybe get injections if it's still bad. Injections of what? Like liquid mercury? What injections are you talking about? My arms have been going randomly numb when I sit still for too. Yeah, why are we all fucked up? Is it has to be just some chemicals in the air, right? It can't just be one thing. I need to get like a band-aid for my finger. I'm going to kill myself. This is such a stupid like it's been fluctuating. It's been going a combination of good and bad, but it's just like why can't it just be consistently good? It's just so fucking busy, so much bullshit, and I want to do the bullshit. It's just the moments where it gets real tough. It really makes me question everything. Like it seriously does. Go down to Mexico. Yeah, I'm gonna be leaving like 4 managers like free of a person working for them. So you know, I got him for free. That's good. My doctor was a G. My doctor is honestly not that much of a G. Like he might be he might call the police on me. I don't know. But steroid injections, I'm really having a hard time seeing how steroids would help my wrist joint being fucked up. But I'm not a doctor, so um, orthopedic or was it sports medicine? My doctor was mad that Tesla stopped drugs so much. Yeah, it's always dropping. What can I say? He needs to come out with a new car. It's been like what 6 years. I guess he just wants to make each car count, but your entire company won't count if you don't consistently put out product. And the Cybertruck does not count. That's not even close to on par with the rest of the stuff here. Tesla stock boomed on the Trump victory. Oh, it did. I was sent a link by a friend, by Dom, saying that Kamala Harris was hospitalized day of the election. I clicked on it and it was just a picture of the bald black guy with a gigantic 11-inch long penis. So, that's the news that I got today. Which reminds me of my score. There we go. Oh, motherfucker. Yeah, I got to get a Band-Aid after this. So, yeah, it's going to be a quick stream, which is a shame because it seems like people are actually showing up. So, I wanted to say James Bell, Big Burgerness, Messathula. I wanted to say thank you guys. What are my thoughts on the election? Well, I actually posted a pretty popular story, and it got a lot of traction. And it was basically me saying, I voted for Trump, for one, because I don't think that Kamala has enough experience to speak of. I don't think either of them are very good candidates, but I believe in Trump a lot more. I voted Trump specifically because I think a lot of his positions, especially surrounding children under the age of 18 getting surgeries, that concerns me, and I'm glad they're taking care of that. But there's also, can I do a live debate reaction? The results make the debate even funnier, and yeah, I voted Trump. Yeah, no, honestly, like, and that doesn't. I'm not even I'm not even a Republican by proxy. Like, yeah, I will say this right now: if like Bernie, like, or even Pete Buttigieg, which is a really funny name, and also he has really funny looking teeth. Like, Trump has gotten to a point where he cannot be trusted. Like, I just don't trust his intent. His actions are a little questionable. I happen to like his policies, but I don't, just because he says he's going to do things that I agree with, I just think that as a politician, he's a little too unstable for my liking. I would vote Ron DeSantis or Pete Buttigieg over both of our candidates that we got. Yeah, Kamala had like what, the 10th highest popularity ranking in back in 2020, and that's the last actual showing of her popularity, because now she's people don't really realize how unqualified she is despite her supposed experience. Again, 14 years as a junior senator, didn't pass a single piece of legislation. So, it's fucking Trump isn't a politician, though. I mean, that's what I'm saying, though. Trump is a testament about how useless the average politician is. This guy came in with no experience, not even connected to the political circle. Random fucking celebrity. Random niche celebrity, too. Like, even as a celebrity, he was just kind of weird. Came in and ended up doing a better job than the supposed qualified average politician, Fired all his lobbyists within month one. Passed the, what is it? The Tax Cut and Jobs Act really helped our economy out. I don't like the whole federal spending thing. He went a little too far with the federal spending on Trump. Hopefully he learned about impulse control in the last 8 years, but I also think that the Right to Try Act, I've been talking about that. That's so important, especially when the pandemic happened and healthcare became truly relevant. So, he has a different way of operating his policies. To me, it seems strangely more honest. But anyways, my takeaway is I had a big Instagram story where I talked about a bunch of people throwing temper tantrums. And I remember before the election, I was like, dude, I am so excited for whatever these results are going to be, because no matter who wins, someone's going to be throwing a fit. The Trump fan base, they're so stuck up. The Kamala fan base, they're so stuck up. No matter who wins, I don't even give a fuck which candidate I like more or which one I voted for. The two primary candidates right here, they got a fan base that will react vehemently when their candidate loses. So no matter what, I was about to watch someone really have a satisfying meltdown. And of course, I was not disappointed. Tons of people on Instagram were basically saying, unfollow me if you ever voted Trump, or if you even if you didn't vote. That means you could have contributed to the Kamala thing. And I didn't like that. And I basically said, I fucking, what is it? I made a story saying, listen, we follow each other so we can get different opinions. And if you are rejecting the idea of an alternative opinion or someone who voted in the opposite direction as you, to me, I truly believe, not to sound old fashioned, but that's a true sign of weakness. You're a little bitch if you can't handle someone voting for someone who you think is going to end the world and when I published that story, there was so many people who responded, and they went like, yeah, but this particular candidate is more hateful than any other. And I'm like, I honestly disagree. Like, and this is just a huge disagreement with Trump. Like, you just have to look at what he does, and people just have very radically different ways of interpreting the same information. Because a lot of the things that people interpret as Trump hate is just Trump being very passionate about what he talks about. Because the actual intent of what he's talking about, it's not hate. Some of it's a little business oriented. He's being a little bit of a businessman, and he's hyping up a crowd. But I don't think he's hyping the crowd up with hate. I don't think the crowd is intaking hate, and I don't think he's spewing hate. To someone who doesn't understand the philosophies that Trump is talking about, sure, it might sound that way if you're closed-minded and a little son of a bitch, but, just seriously eat the coke. Yeah, thank you, Dom. Sorry, that's a tick that I have. All right, good night. Thank you, Dom. Nice chat. But yeah, it's just I think that as long as federal spending stays relatively low and Trump exercises his impulse control and he passes more acts like the Job and Tax or Tax Cut and Jobs Act of 2018, yeah, the guy is honestly a businessman and knows how to manage the economy, like truly better than Biden's lobbyists, truly better. Like, and that's not even a conspiracy. So like, just please keep the federal spending nice and chill. I don't think he will, honestly, but I'm ready for him to, be intelligent and pass a couple of, business related acts that end up being intelligent for our economy generally. Hopefully, the long term effects will be good. I don't think we're going to see the positive effects of whatever Trump will do until a couple years later when someone else has taken their term and the crybabies get their way, and then we get some other fucking Elizabeth Warren's daughter is president or something. Elizabeth Warren's nepo baby daughter. So I just hope that we're going to be fine. And I'm not going to consider this Trump victory an actual win for America because I think he's a changed man since the last term. I have no idea what's been going on with the man. And I seriously hope that this is not like a vegetabilized Ronald Reagan in his second term type situation. He'll be pushed on the natural gas and oil drilling and refining. We have so much untapped potential and money and power underneath the soil. Yeah, Mr. Thula. Are you like baiting me into a continuation of the electricity conversation? Because I'm urging people to really invest in alternative energies while at the same time, yes, I do think that the natural gas and oil drilling that is important for our economy, I am definitely not saying no to that being exploited. However, I think that it's not because people keep thinking of it as an either or situation when really right now invest in the natural gas and get that going, right? I mean, if we want to keep our economy afloat and get above our competitors, and trust me, we got some real fucking competition, especially right now, especially since Biden completely fucked trade between people and the countries have really become their own means of production because Biden didn't know how to actually place tariffs, place terms and conditions, and put the foot down. I mean, it really shows after the Trump victory one day after, didn't like the leaders of Hamas called off the war. Like the countries know that Trump is going to be trouble if they try to pull any bullshit. Like, and I'm not even talking him up like that. From an unbiased perspective, the fact that the day after Trump wins, Hamas pulled out, like that's really saying something. Like, come on, guys. But yeah, uh, were you not a jazz ensemble? Yeah, who was talking about that? Because I know they had the tech rehearsal without me. I have a job at an orchestra. There was a schedule confliction. It was really fucked up. I'll tell Ian that I'm sorry. I honestly thought the recital hour was today. So, yeah, jazz ensemble is going to be real awkward. They're going to hate me, but I'm sorry. It is what it is. I'm sorry. Just get the hell over it. Email was under. Yes, that's so good. That's really funny. Uh, Louis was teaching. Oh man, I love it when Louis teaches. Fuck. Oh fuck. Okay, well, now I'm actually pissed. Well, it's okay. E-Man on drums with Louis teaching sounds like something that's. I hope that Ian posts those videos of the tech rehearsal. I cussed out Axel because he's a snake. That's all you missed. Yeah, well, what is Axel's deal? He seems like a nice guy to me. I know that he plays the same instrument as you, so I mean, aside, competitive nature aside, I mean, do you believe he's an actual snake as a person? Ian's gonna be pissed with the video. He's probably like I don't know where he is if he's sick or something, but he's gonna have no explanation, and it's just gonna be E-Man on the drums and Axel probably eating ass. Oh, that sounds so funny. I have to watch that. I feel really sorry I couldn't be there, but I'll be there for recital hour, definitely. So, well, what was the reactions to your story? Were people really upset at you? Oh, yeah. A lot of people were very supportive. Like, I remember I posted a video of all the people who liked it, and I don't know if you. It's been a while since you've been on Instagram, but this amount of likes is a little unusual. So, motherfucker, not it's raining tacos. These are all the people who appreciated it, and there is a particular person who's a colleague with me in the jazz industry who's like, Brian's an idiot, and I'm not surprised he thinks this way. I'm just reading these DMs. Anyone who voted Trump is trash and just as pathetic as Brian. And I called him out on this story. He's been real fucking quiet ever since. No. Oh, Mesathulia, you're missing out on so much gold right now. People on Instagram are being fucking hilarious. Like I'll click on a story and it's people still coping. Like if you see neatly formatted Arial text talking about women and gender, and if there's a phone number there, like the trans hotline that's popping off right now because people are trying to kill themselves because they think Trump's going to end their lives or something. Solution's simple, man. Just find a more therapeutic and generally mentally healthy way to deal with your depression and your dysmorphia, which, by the way, dysmorphia is basically synonymous with mental illness and depression. It's just classic mental illness. Get it fixed. Sorry. It's not sorry to be blunt. That's just how it is, man. Would you go to a climbing gym with my tendinitis? Fuck no. Fuck no, not right now. I use Twitter all the time, but just that. I mean, yeah. A lot of what I responded to in that initial story was actually a tweet, I believe. Yeah, here we go.
Grown-ups about this. Why do you think America's so divided, and why is it that everyone is saying, listen, if you voted Trump, unfollow me right now, or I'm unfollowing you? The reason why there is such an insane divide in America is because people are letting their own points of view metastasize instead of finding a middle ground with other people. We follow each other on social media because we need that connection. We need those differences in philosophy, and we need to acknowledge and intake it. As American citizens, it's our duty to stay politically connected. And in order to be politically connected, we can't just hear our own opinions reverberated back onto us. The election happened. If because of these election results, people are throwing temper tantrums and unfollowing people, I've already had like 15 people unfollow me, then just know you're sowing the seeds of your own destruction. You got to grow the fuck up, all right? It indicates either an adversity to ulterior positions, or you're just simply so offended you can't handle an ulterior position. That's another sign of weakness. Come on, grow a pair of balls. All right.
I'm going to pin your climbing gym thing just so I can remember that later, because that is a solid idea. Because doesn't it build your muscles up, makes them less weak, right? I need to get some physical therapy for this fucking wrist. This just costs more money, and we're trying to not, spend/waste money. And yes, I would consider it a waste because this is a needless injury. This does not need to be happening. No, Sam seems like a guy who's an actual alpha male in something, like really good at juggling or mowing lawns fast. Like there's some sort of activity that he's an alpha in. Like sax is clearly not his first thing. And I'm not saying that because he's bad. He's all right. He's not the best, not the worst. But like he's got experience in something, man. He's an alpha male. He's got that alpha male personality. Very true. People on both sides really exist in echo chambers. Actually, I'm going to replace your pinned comment, James. This is kind of our thesis for this whole discussion right here. Because like the reason we're seeing more liberals doing it than conservatives is because of who won. Like conservatives certainly would be coping super fucking hard. And not to be a basic bitch here and to be really annoying and to point out a thing, but I don't see January 6th as a terrible terrorist act where that was so awful. To me, I see it as a bunch of crybabies throwing a temper tantrum, similar to what people are doing here. People are threatening death, There's more of a IRL brotherhood thing with the right, though. It's more of a in real life, let's band together type thing, and those guys, honestly, I'm just going to say this. People on the right are not as ginormous basement dwellers as the people on the left are. The people on the left really stay the fuck inside and just rant on the internet. The people on the right, when they get upset, they bring it out in real life. But yeah, what happened on January 6th to me was a combination of incitement from the left and also Trump not being the best at wording things properly, even though he did basically tell him to protest peacefully. And the big thing is Trump supporters just not listening. Like, really just not. It was a reaction to what people thought was wrong with the country. Yeah, but I mean, they did investigate. There were tons of fraudulent votes for Biden, and it's a shame that social media censored people actually trying to investigate into it. But I mean, they didn't find enough. Like they actually found the real numbers, and there was not enough election fraud to have changed the outcome. The fact that so much election fraud existed and is verified to have existed, it's a damn shame. So, I just think that the conversation, it gets about as nuanced as that. What do you think of Tim Pool? He's really annoying. I think that he's got interesting composure. I wish he could buy a better toupee because the beanie really makes him look like a caricature. Yeah, I mean, on top of all that, they literally opened the doors to the protesters. I mean, if you want to be looked back positively on history, protest the right way. Because I mean, I've been preaching for years. Don't go the Malcolm X way. Do the MLK way instead. Because MLK was all about nonviolent protest, more about the message than about gimmicks and showing the surface level rage, like throwing rocks into fucking windows. It's what BLM did, and that's why BLM failed. That's why BLM is ended up being exposed for a very greedy socialist organization collecting most of the donation money and buying gigantic multi-million dollar mansions with it. And honestly, not that there's a giant Ponzi scheme behind this. It's just a single occurrence on January 6th, but I see it as a very similar situation. I see it as a bunch of people wanting, instead of actually making the message the forefront of their protest, because this is not just like, not all protests are created equal. You got to make the message the forefront because it was not really clear what their intent was. And if they had done that, if they had really on the signs, instead of writing hang Mike Pence or some bullshit that makes them very easily misinterpretable, which by the way, Trump's biggest weakness is that he's hard to interpret properly and literally. And so it makes him a very easy target for misinterpretation. So his supporters should know what's really wrong with how the left handles Trump, and they should have made their points as clear as possible. But of course, they got to be fucking ambiguous. And if you actually look at individual scenarios, it's not terrorists and it's not evil people. It's just people who truly believe the election was stolen because left, the big tech was not even letting investigations about whether or not the votes were fraudulent to even be public. They would take shit down en masse. So it's understandable. I understand why the protesters did what they did. However, if they're going to protest at the Capitol, they best do it correctly. Because I don't care that they were let in. I don't give a fuck. Like, for one, have a demeanor and have a cadence of not being a fucking asshole and trashing the place. Be nonviolent, be civil. There is such a thing as a civil protest. So, Tim Pool's a Russian asset. I didn't hear about that one. No. Dude, Jonah from Pop Culture and James Bell interacting. That's like two worlds combining right here. This is like the Andromeda Galaxy crashing into the Milky Way. You guys have never interacted before. It's crazy. Yeah, I never thought that, like, Tim Pool was always slightly denouncing people like Crowder and Peterson. He was always like, I'm more milk toast than those guys. So there's some views that I wouldn't say, but I generally agree. It's like, what does that even mean, Tim? Me and Jonah are friends. No, not that Jonah. There's a different Jonah. Taller, black-looking gentleman from my pop culture. I don't know, other than the videos where I saw people ransacking AOC's office. Yeah, there's the guy who put his feet up there. There was the guy with the fucking bearskin hat thing. They looked ridiculous. Now, not that this has to happen or had to be what happened, but if there was a protest on January 6th where a bunch of men, white and black and all over, which by the way is the demographic of Trump, he attracts many different types of demographics. True that, especially given the high percentage of white people in America. It's surprising how many people of different colors support Trump. They were in suits and ties or maybe just normal clothes, perhaps button up, and they joined arms around the Capitol and, they chanted, give our president back or something like that, stop stealing or release the fraudulent voting information. That's quite a mouthful and it's not very catchy, but I'm sure you could find a good way to paraphrase it. That would probably be interpreted a little better. So I'm going to say this. I'm not going to really agree with the actions of the Trump supporters that came in and made themselves look stupid. I think the vilifying of them as like basically the equivalent of the Columbine shooters is not accurate either, but they're not heroes. Okay. So have I seen Tim Dillon's videos? Yes, I've seen them. Doesn't he work for the Babylon Bee, which to me is like a less funny version of The Onion with more politically attuned ideas, but I don't know who writes their jokes, but they need to fucking bribe some of the people from The Onion to write their jokes for them. I feel like The Onion's gotten a little less funny though. Like whoever was working for The Onion when they made their what is it, Our Dumb World, the whole Atlas thing, like that book is one of the funniest fucking books I've ever read. And then I'm reading like The Onion's articles now, and it's kind of like a really bad SNL skit. So something happened. I think that, you know, I think he's independent. No, because the Babylon Bee criticizes the right on occasion. It's just like 80% of their articles are not doing that. You know, it's like an 80-20 spread. Oh no, I'm literally thinking of a different guy. Tim Dillon. Yeah. No, okay, never mind. Yeah, not fuck. Yeah, if he's on Instagram as B Chief. No, it's another guy. I think he has the name Dylan, but it's not. Okay, now it's just now it's torturing me. I gotta know what his name is. It's Seth Dillon. Yeah, Seth Dillon's the Babylon Bee guy. That is not Tim Dillon, even though he looks like a Joe Rogan kind of guy. But yeah, no, it's not. That's not him. Okay. I mean, today I actually got a little better because this paper stream kind of lifted my mood. I was able to fall into the zone, just talk about politics, focus on how this lighting is terrible for my face, makes me look fucking deformed, which I promise you I don't look that deformed in real life. It's just the lighting's bad. So, but do I know who Martin Scruggs? Yeah, I know who that guy is. That guy's life is hell. Just court hearings for the last like 8 years or however long it's been. Wasn't his shit, didn't his shit go down in like 2014, 15? Yeah, it's been 10 years, a whole decade of just bullshit. Did nothing wrong. I need to get more educated on that. You know, it's nothing that he did has too much connection to stuff that I care about. Yeah, he's on YouTube. Oh, he is? Yeah, we're gonna retire. I need to get my wrist brace back. Studying there. Talk to DSPS people about the bullshit with the password. I got a couple chores tomorrow, and then I got work, but that should make Saturday seem a lot easier in comparison. So I'm ready for that. So staying busy. My achievement long-term effects are going to be positive. They better be. Thank you very much for watching day 781 of Eating a Sheet of Paper a Day. We'll see you tomorrow. That'll be day 782. Make sure to live, laugh, cry, and also not die. And until next time, this is goodbye. I will see you guys later. Shout out Martin Scarelli. I don't know how to pronounce his name.